Good morning, friends, or afternoon. Teresa from Star Styles Homestead. You get a twofer today. Only because I wanted to use up my cabbage. So, I'm making cabbage patties. Remind you of anybody? I'm talking about the little yellow SpongeBob. And then I'm going to make a Philly cheesesteak casserole. So, the first one. I have water boiling on my stove for my cabbage. What I did, I took a half a cabbage and I chunked it up into small diced pieces. Okay, the other half is going to actually go for coleslaw. Then I took up one very large onion. It calls for two. I did one large. I think that's going to be plenty. I have shredded carrots because I don't feel like peeling and slicing carrots. So I figured I'd just use these that I buy for my salad. Now, this is boiling water. I am going to add this cabbage right in there. And I'm going to bring it back to a boil and boil it for 5 minutes. Then we're going to strain it and set it back in this bowl for later. I am going to attempt to bake these also. They're supposed to be fried, so I kind of want to, excuse frying, but I kind of want to bake them too and just see. So I put my oven on to 375 degrees. And I'll put a few in the oven. I have my pan all set right there, and I sprayed it. And halfway through, I'll flip them. And we'll test both of them. Alrighty, carrots are in. And, my onions are in. And my carrots are right here. That bag is about 4 carrots. I don't want these in such big pieces. So I'm just going to come through and cut them up a little bit. And it only calls for 1 carrot, so I'm going to add in my carrots now. And I'm going to let this cook till they're soft. My carrots are a little smaller than my onion, so I let my onion cook a little bit more. So we'll let those cook, then we'll add the minced garlic. All right, friends. I'm only using a teaspoon of garlic in here. I'm going to cook that for a minute and take it off. Perfect. Coming off. I'm going to set it aside for a second in a bowl. I have my cabbage, mostly cooled. I have 3 eggs, scrambled. Let's bring you over here. I'm going to add that right into there. I need 4 tablespoons of flour. Just going to sprinkle this. This is all just shooting together. Okay, that's 4 flour. You need a teaspoon of paprika. We need a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon or so of pepper, your choice. I'm only using a half. Add our onions and carrots in. stove back on here. Mix this all up. Let's put some oil in that pan. At least these are not being deep fried. They are being fried, just not deep fried. So, let's bring you back. I have the oil heating back up right there. This is our stuff here. And waiting for that, I put it right there. I'm going to take a few scoops. There we go. Now I'm going to put those in a 375 oven. As soon as I get you out of the way, I'm going to put it on for 10 minutes. See how that goes. Now, let's see how these go. All right, now we're just supposed to cook these so crispy on each side. All right, friends, this is what we got here. I did not like how those were coming out. They were just too not together enough. So I added double the amount of flour. And then I took my mix. Hang on, I'll show you. Just add a little bit more oil to this. And I put it through my food processor. And because the cabbage is just too big, even though I did it small, I guess I didn't do it small enough. So, an FYI, really dice up your cabbage. So, I put it through my food processor and got it combined a little bit more. And like I said, I added 4 tablespoons of flour to it because these, I mean, they're staying together, but I don't know, they're just not attractive. So, these seem to be staying together much better. Let me taste this one. I don't have any sauce made. Wow, those are pretty good. I just figured I'd taste a bunch of cabbage. Wow. Those are actually pretty good, my friends. So I'm going to take these out. Look at the difference. So I would definitely, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you once I taste those because I haven't tasted it with the extra flour. Oh, and I put another half a teaspoon of salt too, just in case. So, and look, I wanted to keep them a little fatter too, where the other ones just spread out. So, they will work much better like this. You can put them in a blender. Doesn't have to be your food processor. I feel like it mixed the egg and flour in it a little bit better too. Might as well get them all in there, right? Or almost. And there you have it, my friends. I will be back when these are all done. Let me show you. They look good. They smell really good. And other than that first one I tried, that's all I've tried. These are the first oven baked. Those are the second oven baked. These are with the 4 tablespoons of flour. Those are with 8 tablespoons of flour. These are all the fried. These are the first fried. Those are with the extra flour. You see the difference? Those, if I didn't show you. So now, in the sauce, I used sour cream and about a teaspoon of Sriracha. I used 4 tablespoons of sour cream in here and about a teaspoon of Sriracha. Okay? So now, I'm going to do the taste test. I have 1 baked. This is the second set, and this is the second set with the extra flour. Because we already tasted the first one. It was good, but it was kind of like a fall apart. So, oops, right in there. Let me show you up close. This is the oven baked one. And don't forget, I had ground that up in the food processor too. I don't taste the extra flour, so that didn't make a difference other than binding it better. And this is the fried one. I gotta say, guys, the fried one still tastes better. And it's not that it's got a different taste, because they both taste the same, minus the fact it's a little crispier. And you know me and crispy. That's the big one. These took 2 to 3 minutes on each side. These took 15 minutes. 15 to 17 minutes in the oven. And no, about 15 at 425 degrees. Because 375 wasn't doing it. So the 475 gave you that nice, oh, and this sauce with Sriracha and sour cream, and you know me and spicy, 1 teaspoon was enough. So would I make them again? If I had extra cabbage, absolutely. Or if I was a cabbage lover, definitely make them. You grow cabbage in your gardens and need something to make them, because they're super easy. And they taste good. I mean, they really do. I want to see what the guys think of them. Yeah, they're really, they are pretty good. And I didn't want to waste that cabbage, so why not? So, there you have it. These, I'm going to do this one. Because this is the oven baked, the first one. I'm going to dip it in the sauce. Now, I will say, texture-wise, I like the first ones better before I blended them up. Because you have the pieces of cabbage and carrot and onion. Where these, I want to show you what I'm talking about. You see? I mean, you still have the pieces in here, but not like that. You see the difference? But this is more of a patty than this one. I mean, look, you can see all of it. And it is staying together. And that was my first set before I added the extra flour. This is the second set after the flour. And, I mean, that's staying together even better. But it's still, look at the difference. So your choice. Are they going to taste different? No. Texture? Absolutely. You could see the difference. So, there you have it. Anyway, I am going to go. That other video for tonight is going to be a totally different video. because this was enough. I'm going to make my coffee and have my afternoon coffee and just relax a bit before I have to start cooking dinner. So, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make them, yay or nay? I say yay, if you've never had them. You want to add more spices? Add more spices. I just went by the recipe I seen on Pinterest, I think it was. And then I looked up a couple more, very similar, all the recipes. So, but I'll have it below because I printed it. You guys have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.